Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to the game called Crossset. Let's continue. Level 2, 8 more puzzles. Now, the question will be, how is the game going to step it up? And that's going to be an interesting question to answer, because the issue is, unless it starts giving me, like, there's 4x4 box. Unless it gives me all 4 options in every single square, that's going to be the maximum amount of difficulty, and that still wouldn't be that difficult. In fact, if I had all 4 options, 1, 2, 3, and 4, in every square, I could just simply draw any solution I wanted. It would be easier. So there's a limiting factor here in the number of combinations you can possibly make. We can see a small snippet of an example of that here. We have a 2-1, a 2-1, and a 1-4. The 2-1 here tells me that one of these has to be 1, and one of these has to be 2, because it's in each column and in each row only one number. Either way this goes, if this is not the solution, if it's backwards like this, it doesn't matter, because in the end it eliminates this, making this 4 for certain. Which then eliminates this with making it 3. I also could have just guessed that it was 3, because simply that was the only 3 in the row. Similarly, this 4 is the only one in this column, so that has to be 4, which then makes that 1, which then makes that 2, which then makes that 1. And we've just spiraled our way into the solution on our first row. Yeah. Moving forward, we have a 3 and a 2. This 1 can't be used because there's already 1, which makes that 3, which gets rid of that 3, making that 4, which makes that 2. So, this 2 gets eliminated because of this 2 and this 2. Double confirming information there. This 2 gets eliminated because of this 2, making that 1, making this 2. And now we have only 3 more things, and if I click this and this, I think I'll just win. So let's try this. That one, and last click is going to be this, but I can't click right click. So move on to the next thing. You can't get them all red. You could get them all blue, I guess. You could sit here and toggle. The toggle is relatively useless as a feature. This puzzle in particular is going to prove itself to be slightly more difficult. There's a lot of options here, but arguably not as much. So we know this 5 and this 5 are a possibility, or this 5 and this 5 are a possibility. No, this 4 is out and this 4 is out. No, this 1 and this 3 and the 4 are out. Interesting. So 4 is eliminated here and here. 1 is eliminated here. 3 is eliminated here. That makes this 5. That eliminates that as 5. I need a 2 in this row, and there's only 1 2, so that makes that 2. And I need a 3 in that row. So that gets 1 row down. We need a 2 and... no, we need a 4 and a 5. And both options are available. So we'll toggle those 2. This 2 is out now. This 3 is also out. This 5 might still be possible, and the 1 might still be possible. And I wish there was some way to like hold and right click or something and just put little X's on the ones that we know aren't right. Like this could be a can't be a 3, can't be a 4, and can't be a 2. Is that right? So no 2, no 3, no 4 makes that 1. Gets rid of the 1 option. 2 is not allowed, 3 is not allowed. That makes us 5, and then that makes us 4. Get rid of this 5 option now. and this has to be 5, and this could be 1 or 2. This can't be 1. This actually needs to be 2, and that solves the puzzle. Moving forward, and all it says is splendid. I'm noticing that there's a lack of timer or score in this, and those little things can really help a game like this have some replayability. It doesn't seem like there's going to be a random generator or anything like this. Now, how does this really compare to Sudoku? Well, the difference in Sudoku is you have 9 options in each square, and if you're playing it right, there's 9 squares, so there's 81 possible options that you're doing. Here we're only doing 5 or 6 right now. 6 times 6, that's 36 different options instead of 81. If they're going to give me a full-on Sudoku board, that will be interesting, but there's also a slight difference in playing Sudoku versus this, because a 3x3 grid also includes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Otherwise, it's pretty much the exact same puzzles. Let's see, this is our start point right here. This 1 can't be a 1, so it has to be a 4, which helps a little bit. This 6 can't be a 6 because of that, so it has to be a 2. And that means we need a 5 or a 3 on either one of these. So we need to move on to the next section. And see, this is starting to get a little bit more complicated. See, 3 can't be a 3 here. 4 can't be a 4 here. 1 can be a 1. 2 can't be a 2. So that's 1. So, because it was 1, 2, 3, 4, and only 1 worked. 2 is blocked here, 4 is blocked here, 3 is blocked here. So, this 4 can't be a 2, so that makes that 4. And that leaves this 3 is out, this 5 is out, this 6 probably is the only option left, yes, because it can't be 1, it can't be 5, and it can't be 3. This 2 is out, the 4 is out, the 5 is the only option left. So we're slowly chiseling the solution out of this. See, 1 and 5 and 2 are all gone, so that's 3. So that makes this 5, unless I'm moving too fast and made a mistake. Let's see. 5 and 6 are out, so this is either 1 or 3, and I don't know which. 5. Now this column can't be solved yet. Let's see. 3, 5, and 6 are all out. So this has to be 1. So this has to be 2. That solves that. Hopefully. My level of confidence on some of these is starting to fall down. Now I see there's a 4 here and a 4 here. So this has to be a 4. This is a slightly different way I've been, you can find a solution in some cases. Like this column has a 4, this column has a 4. There has to be a 4 in this row, so it has to be here. And that means that this is 2 to satisfy this column. And one of these is 3, and one of these is 6. And since that's the only 6 in there, I solved it. And then those other 2 I didn't even get to look at. And for a game that's barely giving me but a handful of opportunities to make decisions, it feels like quite a great loss to have to do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch all of these ones to a different number. And we're gonna have to figure something out here. A 7 by 7 gives us 49 inputs. So we're getting about halfway to the size of a Sudoku puzzle. There's 2, 2, and 2. 7, 7, 7. 2 and 7 here. One of these is 7. So that means one of these is 6 or 1 or 5. But I'm not ready to do that one. I've got to find my way into this puzzle. Like 5 and 1. Ah, here. Here's our beginning. 1. There is only 1. There can only be 1. To quote the Highlander series. So this one now helps a little bit. Actually, not that much. But it helps. Let's see. Let's just look at all the ones. Maybe that's not the right way to do it. Just looking for all of the things with 1 in it is actually probably pretty silly. Let's see. There's a 1 here, and 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. Now, 2s. 2 here, 2 here. Skip. 4. 1, 4 there, 4 there. 5. There's a 5 here, and a 5 here. 6. There's a 6 here, and a 6 here. And 7. 7, 7, 7. Alright, so that didn't help any. I've got to find the unique ones that only have one of anything. There's 3 might be one. Is there a 3 as an option in any of these? No. Good. So then I can toggle that 3 out of the way. Let's see. 1, 2. Is there another 2? Yes. 3. Yes. 4. Yes. Okay. Nothing there. 1s. Nope. 2s. Are there multiple 2s, or is this the only 2? Yes. 3. I'm having to really work now. 4s, definitely. 5s. Are there multiple 5s? Yes. Alright. 2. Yes. 3s, yes. 4. Let's take a look here. There's 1 4 here and 1 4 there. Nope. That doesn't work either. 5. There's a 5 here. And no more 5s. That locks that one. Let's start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is there another 5? Or is this another one? Yes, there is. 6. 7. Alright. Okay. So we've done all the columns and we've managed to lock 3 numbers. And that's about as good as we're probably going to get for the moment. Let's see. This could be 1 or 4. It can't be 5 now. This can be 1 or 3. This could be 2. And 2 and 7. So if we know 7 is here, and does this help us? No, I don't think it does. Let's start up at the top instead. 7 and 6. 2 options for 7. Is there... how many options for 2? There's only 1, 2. Got it. Now 3. Now 4. 2 options for 4. But 2 and 3 are already eliminated, so this has to be a 4, which makes that 7, which makes that 6, which makes that 5. Now we've got an entire row to build off of. So 6 eliminates this one, locking that one in. 2 eliminates that one, locking that one in, which then locks in this one, which then locks in this one too, which then also locks in this one. Nope. Wrong. That one. Which then gets rid of that. Which then, I believe, does that. So, very quickly there we solved this column. Moving on. Now, it may very well turn into a case that it takes longer and longer to solve puzzles as they get larger and larger. We may get quick boosts in the first 4 of level 3, but maybe not. Maybe level 3 will just have very, very large puzzles like this. There's no other 3s in this. We can get rid of that. 3, though. I can get rid of that 3 and that 7, which locks that to a 2. And then this 2 can't be that, so that's a 3, which then means this has to be a 4, which then means that has to be a 6, and that has to be a 7. Nice. Let's move on to the next thing. Where were we? I lost my place. 2, 7, 1, that doesn't help. 4, no, that's not gonna help either. Let's see, 4 and 1. This one actually has to be a 7, and this one has to be a 6 now, which means 7 and 1 are already taken up, so this has to be 2, which then means this could be either 3 or 5. This has to be 5 though, so that makes that 3. Alright. Moving on. 5s and 6s. Well, 6 blocks. This 6 makes this a 2. And then anything that's that big is probably not worth looking at right now. We have a 4 and a 2. This 2 makes this a 4, which makes that a 7. And so now we have the 1 or the 3. And this can't be a 3, so it has to be a 1. Because 3 here, 2, 4, 5 there, and 7. And that gets rid of that. 2 is no good. 3 is alright. There we go. So we're slowly working our way down here. This 3 can't be. And the 1 can't be, which makes that a 5. This 7. The 7, 1, 4. It can't be a 4. And it can't be a 7, so it's gotta be 1. 7 and 4. Right there. This 1 then gets locked into a 3. And then 3 can't be done because of that, but this might be 4 and or it might be 2. 6 can't be done, 7 can't be done, that makes this 4. And then 2. Let's see, 2 probably is the right answer. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've only got a little bit more to do, but this is definitely a longer puzzle than what we've been doing. This 5 makes that a 1. 6 or 2. Well, this 7 tells me this has to be 2, which then that makes this 6. Get rid of that. And then 5 here, 7, So this could be a 1 or a 4. But I need a 4 in this row, so this has to be it. And that has to be that. Unless I've made a mistake, and making a mistake here could send me down quite a chain of events, because I would have to possibly just sit here and go like this and like recheck every single thing, flipping it back to blue. I am not certain that I actually will make one though in the entire coverage of the game. There's not the greatest of opportunities. The 7 is eliminated and the 4 is eliminated, so that makes this 6. But moving really fast could cause that to happen. And so 5, 6, and 1. This 6 and 1 can't be, so that has to be 5. That 4 here makes this a 6. This 4 and 3 makes this a 6. So we've just got a few more. This 2 could be a 7 or a 2. These two are interchangeable solutions until we find something else out. And these two are not interchangeable. So let's look at this. This 1 has already been found, so it's not 1. 4 or 5. And it can't be 5 because it's 5. So the 5's already there. So that's 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Makes that 7. Makes this 2, which makes that 7. And level 3 is revealed. Let's go back to the main menu and see if maybe we're gonna see a major increase here. No, not really. Level 3 is gonna have 2 4x4s, 2 5x5s, 2 6x6s, and 2 7x7s. And that is, it's similar to what we're doing on level 2, and kind of similar to what we were doing on level 1. So we can just hop in here and see what this 4x4 is. So they look like they may have put some of these puzzles in different places to help just not have that issue of an ever increasing difficulty, a little rising action in the puzzles and falling action to have a little bit of a break and feel like you can let your brain rest a little bit. But because this one in comparison is turning out to work pretty nicely. I don't see how somebody that could still do these puzzles would really struggle with them. Let's see. See, I could just lock those two as they are. I'm gonna unlock them, and I'm gonna try to not touch one if I can to see if it changes the color. Like this one we've got to check, and one of these has to turn into 1, and it has to be this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, making that right. So one of these is 2, one of these is 4, and so this is 2. In the end, I think I probably clicked all of those puzzles, though. I'll try that again. So we have a 1 and a 3 and a 5 and a 3. We need to find the one thing that we only have one of, like some kind of anchor point. This one, no, that's not good enough. Let's see, we'll go look at the 2s. Here's a 2. There's only 1 2 in this row, and then that locks that to 3, and that locks that to 5, and that locks that to 2, and that locks that to 1, and that locks that to 5. I mean 4. And that fixes one issue, one row already. This 2 locks the 1 in place. And so we still have some other issues. This 1 locks this 5 in place, which then eliminates this 5 and the 1, making this a 4, making this a 3, making this a 5. Which, okay. This 5 also makes that a 3. And I'm gonna leave this 1 alone and not click on it. And hopefully that is one I haven't already clicked on. It's kind of hard for me to remember or tell that I'm spending almost all my brain power just trying to solve the puzzles. So we need a 2 there. Let's see, this is 3 because that's 4, which then makes that 2. Alright. Let's just try clicking on things that are different. I think that's all I've done so far. We know this 4 isn't right, so that and that. The 2 could be either one, but I need a 5, and there's no 5 over here, so that's right, and that's right. Even if I click on something, I'm not going to right click on it from now on. This 3 is wrong, this 5 is wrong, this 1 has to be it, right? Because it can't be 2, it can't be 3, and can't be 5, which makes this 4. And why is my spinner spinning on my computer? This is why I don't like the default mouse in video games. Is that some small reason Windows thinks it needs to think, probably because I'm recording, and then I see a spinning spinner. Easy enough to ignore, I suppose, but still, I'd prefer all games bother to put a custom cursor in the game, and spend a little effort on it. Yeah, only recently, in playing a game called Axel and Pixel, have I seen somebody really do a bad job with a custom cursor. Although, a lot of these games do just use the default cursor, and I don't have a real issue with it. This has to be 3. And see, I didn't click on that. And see, now it changed into a white-ish color. Oh, you know what it's doing is it's probably just bugging up. I was thinking maybe it was showing the background, but no, that doesn't make any sense either. Maybe that was the last one I clicked, but no, that doesn't make any sense either. We got some new music after we beat the level, which is interesting in itself. So we're gonna have a little bit of a slowdown here. It took us 30 minutes to do the first 8, and it took us about 30 minutes to do the next 6. At that ratio, just roughly estimating it, it will take us 30 minutes then to do the next 4, and then 30 minutes to do the next 2, and then 30 minutes to do the next 1, and then 30 minutes to do half of 1, and then 30 minutes to do a quarter of 1. I doubt that's really going to be the case, but that would be interesting if it was. I don't know though. I really doubt this game can throw that level of challenge my way. I think we're just going to breeze through it. Anyways, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. I hope that helps out. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.